welcome to episode 9 of the Wall Cast. Today you have myself, Sam, Phil, Matt, and Frank. And yeah, I think Phil's gonna get started with the topic.
First off, did you guys know that Mountain Dew Baja Blast comes in 0 sugar now?
That seems like it would taste like shit.
That
You know
sounds-
what? You know what I can one up
No,
with
it's
that
not. Frankie, what were you saying, Matt? Because this is amazing. I've had like 3 of these today.
I tried yesterday. I had Dr. Pepper released because I love Dr. Pepper. They released Dr. Pepper with cream soda, and it is legitimately amazing. Like, it is by far my favorite soda, and I fucking love Dr. Pepper, but that just 10 times better.
I just don't really like drinking soda.
I mean, I like soda. It's just I try not to drink a shit ton of it. I say as I'm drinking a fucking Mountain Dew Voltage, but
Yeah, I'm with Frank. I really don't drink a lot of soda, but Dr. Pepper does slap.
The past like
If I'm
couple
drinking
years,
a
I really
soda.
didn't drink any soda. The only thing I really drank was Arnold Palmer's because I could never give up Arnold Palmer.
I could never give up Arizona tea products.
No, I was gonna say Arizona just in general. It's 99 cents from a can though.
Yeah, how could you ever give that up? It's so
Yeah,
cheap.
especially when you own a convenience store and you sell it for $2.
Well, you don't buy it then.
What have you guys been like drinking? Like, I don't know if you've been doing alcohol or not, but like when it comes, you just been drinking straight water during the whole entire quarantine? Because I feel I got the Soda Stream for Christmas. You know, like the make your own seltzer water. Dude, I've been using that nonstop. Energy, like they have their own energy drinks that legit. We lost Frankie and Matt.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with Zoom today.
Oh, you're back. It's all right.
I've been doing the energy drink, Dr. Pepper, flavored one, and I've just been drinking those two like the entire time through in quarantine. And then I saw this, and then my life changed.
I haven't had an energy drink in probably 5 months.
Wild.
I remember the last energy drink I had.
Like
I couldn't tell you the last time I had an energy drink.
I've been drinking water and this video. I've been drinking water and Arnold Palmer, if I remember to buy it, and coffee. That's it.
Oh yeah, I'm with
Coffee's-
Frank. Literally, all I drink is I drink water and I drink coffee and I drink some form of a sweet tea.
Yeah. Well, I actually, you know what I've been drinking a lot lately is almond milk, but chocolate, like chocolate.
Chocolate
Oh.
almond milk fucking slaps.
That's so good.
Amazing. It's like
It's
it's better
so
than a regular
good.
chocolate milk.
Oh my god, no, chocolate almond milk is so fucking good. If I like remember to buy it, I drink a shit ton of it.
Have you guys done anything like since the reopening? Even though it was...
I went to a comic book store.
This comic book store.
I bought 2 Funko Pops and a long box. I got something else, didn't I? Or is that it?
You got 2 pops and a long. No, you got 2 pops and a long box.
Yeah, and I picked up some of my stuff there. Yeah.
The second stimulus is approved.
Oh yeah, baby.
By
You get the
the
first one.
wait. Was it
Yeah.
approved? Was it like approved by the Senate too? I saw it pass the House, but did it go through the Senate already?
It's passed through the House. I think it's in the Senate, but it's looking like it's gonna pass.
If it passed in the House, then chances are it's probably going to pass in the Senate.
Well, because in the House they already got it down from $2,000 to $1,200 again,
Yeah.
and Republicans in the Senate would be fucking stupid not to give their constituents money.
Yeah.
Well, did you see?
It's an election year.
Did you see? I think it's Nancy Pelosi. She put out some weird thing I saw on CNN the other day that she was going to offer they were getting a bill together for small business relief, like to only help specifically small business. It was supposed to be like however much money. And she said that she needed money for like her own campaign. And like if she got her money, then she would then do that.
Politicians, baby.
Yep. I really hoped that one thing that came out of the coronavirus was that we were able to just
Stage coup.
Yes, get rid of our organized government and parties because they don't work. This is a clear sign of how party politics does not work.
Revolution.
Like politics just do not work. They haven't worked since the beginning of this. They're not going to work after this, and they haven't worked during it.
Well, I mean, when there was a man who was our first president that said, "Hey guys, don't do party politics. That shit don't work."
And then we did party politics
20
for
years
forever.
later, hey guys, ever heard of these guys called the Whigs? Yeah, want to join us?
But also too, like I'm not going to like
politics.
get very political and say whether I support Trump or don't support Trump.
I'll say it. I don't support
I
Trump.
just don't support bipartisan politics.
I'm just saying,
Or
just
Trump.
in general, Trump is like I can't even understand how people understand what he's saying. Like when I listen to him, I feel like I'm talking like to like a fourth grader.
Frank, people don't understand what he's saying. That's why people all the time are like, well, you just didn't get what he said, blah, 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 blah.
Like I want to
I
meet
feel
the
like it's-
translator for Trump. Like
I feel like it's like
who's the translator?
I feel like it's like listening to like the troll under the bridge. That just
It's like a
speaks
riddle.
Riddles, yeah.
And then when you figure out the riddle, it's just lies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like a convoluted like, oh wow, that was pretty clever. It's more of like just
No.
what the fuck is happening.
And then you
What the
find
fuck
that
is
out
he
when,
saying?
when somebody else types it into his Twitter account.
I love all the people though that like for all of like the super Trump supporters and stuff like that were criticizing Obama, saying, oh well, when Obama said this, he actually meant that. And now
course
Bold of
he
you
did.
to think I liked Obama.
Well, yeah, and now Trump's doing that. They're like, no, he didn't mean it like that. He meant it like this. Like, oh, you said before, don't put words in the president's mouth. And here
Why?
you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
why are
exactly.
people all of a sudden flaming Obama right now?
Because Trump went on a whole smear campaign again for like no reason.
Again?
Why?
Yeah, hashtag Obamagate. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I got pretty nasty quick.
Yeah, it did. Yep. So
I'm gonna move to Canada.
Frank, you joke, but Frank, I have thought about it. I'm glad we're finally having our Revolution Politics episode.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yes.
Ah. Do you guys remember Beast machines?
Like Beast Wars?
Yeah, Beast Wars.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Wars. Are we about to compare modern day politics to Beast Wars?
No, I'm changing the subject
Cybertron?
devastatingly. Because we're not.
How
I'm done
dare
with
you
this
change this
conversation.
stuff? How dare
Because
you?
one point where Megatron starts fighting Optimus, and Optimus throws Megatron into like a wall where there's Energon, which is like the big power source there,
Yes.
and it like overloads, and Optimus is like, and then Rhinox like, it's gonna blow, and, like that's essentially what's going on in politics right now.
So yeah, so when I said you're not comparing modern day politics to Beast Wars, are you? And you said no, and then completely disregarded what I said and did it ahead of you.
Yeah, it's called transitioning, Matthew.
I feel like it's like those fucking Reddit posts that literally compare like politicians to Harry Potter characters.
Yes.
Oh, it makes me so fucking mad.
And
They're
those Reddit
fictional
posts-
people, they're real fucking people.
I
Stop.
I know, and those
Finally-
Reddit posts will never fucking die.
No, they won't.
I
Not
feel
in
like
a
we
million
finally
years.
reached the drop in the roller coaster, and it's just all downhill from here.
If you think it's all downhill from here, you haven't been around for the past fucking 40 years.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
it's
it's
just
all
always been progressive.
No,
I was gonna say, when did the roller coaster ever go up? I just
No,
feel
but
like
now
it's
I'm
constantly
saying,
going
now I'm
down.
saying like these. The thing of it is that it's relatively most big political games and stuff like that is relatively unnoticed by your average human being. Like they just don't notice. It doesn't really affect their lives, whatever.
Well, even what we're perceiving is still
Yes.
only less than a quarter of what's actually probably
But now I think it's just gonna the shit's really gonna hit the fan in the next 6 months.
Yeah, now
I don't
that
know.
aliens exist too. We're gonna be fucking trying to zoom right out of here.
Zoom.
That was a not sponsored. Definitely
Not sponsored by Zoom, but like could
but
be.
sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
I just want to put some crop circles out and just hope.
Do it. Frank, you have a yard.
We're gonna make a crop circle with big old dick and balls and see what kind of aliens show up.
Big open asshole waiting for
Oh.
that. Waiting.
Oh my god, it's like the fucking what was the site called? It wasn't Gonzo. What the fuck was it called? It was one of those shock sites.
There were so many.
I know there were so many like ITU.com.
Yeah.
Tub Girl.
Don't look any of these up if you're listening.
Goatsy. That's what it was called.
Do not look
Goatsy.com.
any of these
No,
up.
definitely go on Goatsy.com.
Like
It's really
if you
cool.
think that 2 Girls 1 Cup was bad, this would desensitize you to everything.
That's what I got to watch when I was 8 years old on the internet.
8.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was watching all of them.
I discovered the internet and all of its hellscapes very early on in my life. Like,
Matt, aren't you glad that we grew up on like having a
No.
computer? Yeah,
No,
love
I'm
it. Love
not.
it for us. Love that.
I remember literally going on like /b/ when I was like fucking 10 years old and just scrolling through and seeing gore threads and like, oh wow, this is neat.
Oh wow, this is neat. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Internet fucking desensitizes the absolute
Oh,
hell
yeah.
out of me.
Yeah, it
I
does.
do actually want to talk about something related to pop culture, which is honestly
This is pop culture.
This is the one thing I actually really want to bring up, and it's did you see what's happening with the Mandalorian?
No, what's
Aside
happening?
from-
So as of right now, for what we know,
Rosario Dawson.
we know that Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka.
Yeah.
We know that
Oh, I know what you're
Here
about
for
to say.
that.
we know that Boba Fett is going to be in it.
And then Rex got announced, right? I thought.
No, he's just Boba Fett. And then Timothy Oliphant just got cast in it, which I don't know who he's going to play.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
don't even know who that is.
and they're talking about
Oh, what's he from?
he's
um,
that show Justified. He was in one of the Die Hard movies. He was Hitman in the first Hitman movie. What else was he? He's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he's been in
The
a lot
Office-
of like
he's in The
random
Office
shows.
too. He's the guy that dates Pam before Jim.
Oh,
not
he's
the big
Roy?
guy. Yeah, the guy that like Jim still thinks Pam's in
Here.
love with.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah.
Not the cameraman.
No.
Are you talking about Brightburn?
No, he's not in Brightburn.
He's the dad in Brightburn.
No, that's the guy that she actually dates. That Pam.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, I
the
know who
big
you're
guy
talking.
that Jim that punches
That works.
Jim.
Yeah, Roy. Yeah.
No, not him. Not the guy that punches Jim. The other guy that
Oh.
works with them. That she thought that
Toby?
she. Oh Jesus.
Wait, this
Yes.
is Timothy
Thank
Oliphant.
you. Yes.
I honestly don't even remember him from The Office.
Oh my God.
And who is he gonna be?
They
haven't
hasn't
said-
released
We
yet.
don't know who. He's just going to be in it.
Anakin.
Was he
Wait
in The
a
Office,
second.
Frank, I'm not trying to gaslight you, but was he in The Office?
I seriously do not remember him in The Office.
I remember him. I
Thank
got
you.
your back, Frankie.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Now I do kind of remember him. I don't remember Pam dating him.
Oh.
They went out on a date, and then he like comes
Oh, but yeah, like he comes in for like
Oh.
the interviews or something like that,
back.
right?
Yeah,
okay.
he comes in. I think right when Michael leaves. I think it's right when Michael leaves. I can't
Yeah.
remember the.
There's a while there they got desperate with whatever would work.
They just threw a bunch of random
Yeah.
celebrities in there.
Yeah, I mean, it did work.
But
to be
anyways,
honest.
what I was saying about the
Yeah.
Mandalorian is that the Mandalorian is supposed to take place between episodes 3 and 4, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I've read like 900 different fan theories about when that's supposed to be when.
Well, it has
I
to
gave
be
up.
no, because it's after the fall of the Empire. It's after episode 6.
You sure it is?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Empire. Because like when the Mando gets contracted by the Empire, it's like the remnants of the Empire. I'm fairly certain it's supposed to be after episode 6. I mean, again,
Someone
haven't
fact
watched-
checked it.
I heard it
really
was supposed to be
watched
after
that.
9.
5 years after the fall of the Empire. Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, this is honestly one of the coolest parts of the storyline, is because they could introduce Star Wars Rebels, so you could see Ezra, you could see all of that take off, which is where they should have gone in Star Wars, not where they actually went.
I mean,
So it pretty much
Not where they actually
I
went.
don't think where they went was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea.
It's just,
It was a
I
really
mean,
bad idea.
the Skywalker
Bad
trilogy,
idea. Bad
the
idea.
Skywalker
Bad idea.
fucking story had to end.
The new trilogy is fucking ass, especially when you compare it to Rebels, Clone Wars, and The Mandalorian. What would you rather watch? Would you rather see another Star Wars movie or watch a new season of any of those shows?
I mean, to be fair, only one of those shows I've actually almost watched, but I've seen every Star Wars movie, including all the new ones. So
I watched through all 3 shows.
I haven't.
I only watched The Mandalorian.
I've only watched most of Clone Wars.
Anyways,
Yeah,
two episodes
I
of
never
Mando.
watched. I never
Anyways.
watched Clone Wars, and now I feel like I missed the train, so I'm just never going to.
anyways, where they're going with it is they're going like it's a much more interesting arc than the whole Skywalker garbage dump parents ultimately Palpatine.
I
So-
mean, I liked the new movies, but I do agree. I like diverting away from the Skywalkers.
Do you see
But
that?
I still like
the
the new
problem
movies.
is though, I think the problem that they're going to face is it's going to retcon a lot of the new trilogy. It's going to have to.
I mean, I think they'll write their way out of that.
I don't think it will. You can have an entire
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is the new trilogy, although it was like obviously universally important, it's very kind of cut off from everything else because aside from the first movie where they blow up Starkiller Base and like most of the New Republic gets destroyed.
You mean the New Order?
No, like the New Republic
The First
gets
Order.
blasted out of the
you're
fucking
right.
sky.
You're right.
Yeah.
Blast them out of the sky.
Yeah. Most of them die. Yeah, obviously the New Order falls and Palpatine's Empire falls. But aside from that, like, there's really nothing else that is impactful aside from the characters that were already in the new trilogy. So you can have an entire different plot happening in a different galaxy far, far away, and it will work.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to impact off each other. They can, like, I'm sure they'll throw, like, Maz in there or some shit like that randomly to tie in the characters, but aside from that, they don't need to necessarily play off of the new trilogy's plot or say the new trilogy's plot doesn't matter anymore.
Did you also see? I did not know that Margot Robbie was dating Brad Pitt.
Oh, I knew that.
I did not know that.
I keep up with Margot Robbie.
Did you see the meme where it was Palpatine and Vader, like when they're facing off against each other, and they were like talking about the future, and Vader's like Vader says to him, he's like, my two kids kiss, and then Palpatine looks at him and says, well, my granddaughter and your grandson will kiss, and then Vader just looks at Palpatine and says, so should we kiss? I think that would have been a much better ending to episode 6, is if Vader and Palpatine just passionately love instead of.
I agree.
Do you guys watch Super Cafe or Villain's Pub on YouTube?
Not at all.
No.
Okay. I highly recommend all of you go watch Emperor Palpatine's latest video where he has to go through quarantine as well. It's very entertaining. Where I don't know if the premise essentially is Super Cafe, pretty much every big superhero movie, they do a skit about it, making fun of what's going to happen or what happened in the movie. They do a pretty good job with it. But they made a Villain's Pub, which is like Voldemort, Loki, the Joker, and Khan and Emperor Palpatine just shitting on everything that goes on in superhero culture. And it's absolutely brilliant.
Is that
So it's the same as our podcast.
Yeah. But it's like animated and shit, and it's actually really entertaining. However,
Phil, is that stemmed from how it should have ended?
yes, it's Hishi.
Okay, then I think actually I may have like seen like a couple videos.
They're actually really well done. Like, of course, it's still animation. Like, it's like this kind of animation.
Yeah, like their,
You know,
mouth,
like,
their head,
very simple, but
like their mouth flaps and that's it.
yeah, and it's where Batman's like, do you want to know what my secret identity is? Like there's a bunch of little callbacks. I highly recommend watching it. Speaking of Sam, what have you been watching and playing during quarantine?
What a transition. I finally watched Aquaman. That was a fucking trip, let me tell you.
I thought you were gonna say it was like bad or something.
No, I mean I enjoyed every second of it, but it was also every second of it was batshit insane. First of all, I don't know. I'd have to go through the list and rank them, but I really actually did enjoy Aquaman. There's a scene where they're like on a boat on their way to get the trident, and they get attacked by all those weird ass sea things. Love that.
Monsters.
Yeah, whatever they are. But that was fucking cool, and I was like, oh yeah, this film's directed by a guy who does horror movies. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool. You know, I mean, the visual effects were a thrill.
That was James Wan, right? I think is his name or something like that.
Yes. I'm gonna fact check. It's the guy that did The Conjuring.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna fact check it, Bo. Yeah, it was. I liked basically the whole thing. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars on Letterboxd or something like that. Yeah, it is James Wan. But he did like The Conjuring, Saw. He also did Furious 7. What a man.
Thank you.
I can't talk about the Fast and Furious franchise again.
No, we can't bring that. Has come up
You know-
too many times on this podcast. I don't know,
what
Frank. Don't talk about it.
We brought it up once,
And that's
Which is
that's
too
more
many
than enough.
times.
Yeah.
But
You know
there's
what?
another 12 movies coming out.
I just
No.
remembered another movie that Steve Martin was in from the last time we were talking about it on the podcast was Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Oh,
He plays the main villain.
That's on Netflix.
It is. I rewatched it when they first uploaded it to Netflix. I love that movie.
I love Brendan Fraser.
I also love Brendan Fraser, and it's honestly so sad what happened to him.
That's why,
Yeah.
he's one of the main reasons I love Doom Patrol, the show.
Brendan Fraser is like probably my favorite actor, Frank. Like, no lie, he's legit up there as one of my all-time favorites.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I grew up watching him in Blast of the Past and The Mummy and
Monkey Bone.
Monkey Bone and Bedazzled was the one where he.
That's on Netflix too. I just watched that the other
Yeah,
day.
there's a ton of those movies. They were great.
Elizabeth Hurley is the hottest woman on the planet.
Hottest British woman on the planet.
Phil, I'm assuming you've watched like the Doom movie, like the 2005 Doom movie, right?
Why?
Like
I can't bring up.
I'm
with The
segueing
Rock?
to something else, but yeah,
With
with
The
The Rock. Yep.
Why are
You
we
watched that,
discussing
right?
this movie?
Because have you seen the new Doom movie?
Oh my God! Please
Have you seen Doom Annihilation?
don't, Phil.
Because they
Don't.
annihilated a franchise with that movie. It was really bad. The
Not gonna.
2005 Doom movie looked like it was the fucking best motion picture ever released compared to it.
the best
That's what
motion
happens.
picture ever.
Like, I'm at a point where, like, when I watch a movie, even if a movie is bad, like, I'll still give it the benefit of the doubt and probably finish it, unless it's super slow. Then I'll turn it off. But Doom Annihilation really brought out the fact that I was hoping that the gateway to hell would open in my living room and take me, just so I didn't have to finish it. Like, I just could not, I could not get through that movie, and I tried. Like, I actually
So
tried.
it wasn't like even bad in an enjoyable way.
No,
No.
it was just bad in a bad way.
Like, a lot of it didn't make sense.
So the movie made sense because the plot line it had was complete and utter fucking garbage because it was just so brain dead simple that it was impossible. There are a lot of plot holes, like the whole reason why they're being sent to the research facility is they're a security detail, but there was never or has ever been a security detail on the base before. But then they say, oh, well, we just did that to punish that main person that did something bad. But why send an entire detail there? Still doesn't make sense.
It was awful.
At one point, like the captain, like they all go into hypersleep while they're traveling to the base. And it opens up with the main character having like a dream of watching her mother die. And she gives her like a cross pendant. But then in a couple scenes later, it shows the captain like leaving a message for his wife and saying like how, he's been thinking of her, but he hasn't been able to dream of her because you can't dream while you're in hypersleep. When literally in fucking 10 scenes prior, they show her having a vivid dream in hypersleep.
I hate when movies like write in these really dumb sci-fi rules that make no fucking sense, and then they just end up breaking them anyway, so they just write themselves in the plot holes.
There's a super intelligent computer that gets possessed because that's something that can happen, I guess.
Yep.
The zombies that they made, so the only Doom enemies that show up in the movie that are also in the games are the zombies and the imps. The imps look like they're just in a giant latex suit that's plastered with actual feces. And then the zombies are just like normal people with blue skin. And it looks like the entire set design was made with 2 rooms, maybe at most. And all the costume design was just the same costume.
Oh, man.
There's a scene where there's like 5 zombies because that's the most you'll ever see on screen at one time because that's probably all the extra characters they had. But like they're just all in the exact same uniform and look exactly the same. There's just absolutely no differentiating features about them.
This actually brought up something that I want to talk about, and it's a good transition. Speaking of The Rock, The Rock has signed some deal with Netflix to be in some Netflix superhero TV show.
I don't even care what it is. I'm on board.
Well, finally, because I mean that's what The Rock should have been playing right along instead of these other weird like forcing him to be like superhuman in every fucking role he's in, where it makes no sense.
I mean, he looks pretty superhuman. So
I mean, have you seen him? Oh, speaking of The Rock, did you guys see the really cute like TikTok, I think, of him? His daughter not realizing that he's like in Moana, like the voice of Maui is him, and he's just like singing the "You're Welcome" song, and his daughter's like bopping about. It's the cutest fucking thing. Look it up later. It's adorable.
That movie, like, I enjoyed that movie, but that song and that movie it's overdone to me.
Absolutely
like,
not.
I completely disagree. Moana is
thank
fucking
you.
stunning. I fucking love Moana. That movie's beautiful. The ending where they do a slow-mo while she's walking and there's that wave.
When Disney
Cinema.
released that the next movie they were gonna make was a movie about Polynesian like deities, I was so fucking excited.
And then they said
this is just gonna be New Age Hercules.
I also really.
And then they said that Lin-Manuel Miranda was gonna do the music, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I also really want a movie where it's The Rock and Jason Momoa.
Speaking of
that
Hercules,
should happen.
I know they're redoing Hercules.
Well,
I'm not.
they're
excited.
not. It's not even that they're redoing Hercules. Netflix is coming out with a whole like Greek mythology like series.
Yeah, they are. Sam writes, baby.
I'm real excited for it.
I'm so
super
fucking jazzed.
excited
Like
for
a
it.
documentary?
No, like it's supposed to be like the story, like Greek tragedies and comedies and
Is
stuff
it
like
going to be
that.
in some foreign
And then
language like 90% of Netflix is?
I mean, I
can't wait. Why do you?
But they could.
Why do you shit on foreign films? Also, speaking of Greek gods, here's a niche thing that no one cares about. But they're doing a Percy Jackson and the Olympians TV show on Netflix.
Dude, okay, that I am down with.
I am so here for it.
I'm totally gonna get
all
hit
of my
I love
like
the Percy Jackson series.
Yeah, they
I
fucking
got
slap
into
Phil.
I love
Fuck
it.
yeah.
Anything with Greek mythology, I'm down for.
I'm down.
I
But
agree with you.
all of my like YA loves from like middle school are all just having a resurgence right now. And man, being in a pandemic and reverting back to my teenage self, I'm having a great time.
Like Alexandria Daddario,
Especially all the masturbation.
one of my first crushes.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Phil?
Alexandria Daddario.
Yeah,
played-
she's amazing.
She's
Rosario?
I don't know what it is.
she's I'm a fan of her.
Yes.
I'm a fan of her.
I liked the first movie. The second movie was absolute trash.
Are you talking about
Besides-
Percy Jackson?
Yes. Besides,
Oh,
Nathan-
but everyone
They
basically
butchered
agrees. Everyone
Bucks were
agrees
way
the
better.
movies suck. Even
Yeah.
the people in the movies think they suck.
no, I thought the first. I didn't mind the first one.
It's
Like-
one of those things where like all the people that read the books are like, man, these movies are fucking trash. But we were like 15 when they came out, and it had Logan Lerman in them, so we were all fans.
Who the fuck is Logan Lerman?
The boy in Percy Jackson,
Why was he popular?
because
he's Percy
he was the OG white boy of the month.
I don't even. Sam, I feel like you're speaking a different language to me.
And it's that I was a teenage girl and you were a teenage boy. This is Logan Lerman.
I wasn't in my teenage years when that movie came out, Sam.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I was, and everyone was obsessed with him. He was also in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I completely lost me, Sam.
It's all right.
I'm with you, Sam. I got your back.
Thanks, Phil.
You've seen that Wallflower movie?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower, starring Emma Watson. What's that guy's name? Ezra Miller.
Emma Watson's another person, by the way, that I think just hasn't done anything after.
Well, because she didn't want to.
Yeah, I know.
She
But I
did
feel
like 3 movies after Harry Potter, and she got a degree, and she was like, all right.
Yeah. She's kind of like Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
And
Except not nearly as done as much as.
yeah,
Well,
Natalie Portman's done a lot of shit.
No, but Natalie Portman, after she got done,
Yeah,
after she did Star Wars, she took like a hiatus break.
she actually became Padme Amidala and went
Oh.
to school. And,
Well, she's always been that because she
Yeah.
has dual citizenship with Israel, and she's a graduate of like Harvard, like 4 other universities.
I mean, if I was in Star Wars and had to deal with the fans of Star Wars, I would also take a break from my career.
I know. I was about to say that. Like the amount of shit that she dealt with. Oof.
I
She's-
honestly
I
think
would've lost my
people
mind.
really not like Padme's character that much?
absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, people hated her.
I never cared. Like
Because she was compared to Princess Leia, and nobody can replace Princess Leia in Star Wars to fans.
When I was a child, though, I fucking loved Padme. I still love Padme, and it's 100% because it was Natalie Portman, and her little red lipstick moment was iconic.
God. I would honestly love to be in Star Wars just to argue with the fans. I would be that.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be right on the.
I don't believe that
like
for
I
a
am
moment.
right now at fans.
No,
And then
you
you'll
would
get
be
doxxed.
literally shitting on the movie yourself.
Yeah,
Either
you would be awful at a press tour.
I'd be shitting on something the entire time I was on the panel.
I mean, even out of like the original trilogy, there's not any really characters that I dislike. I mean, the main character, even more so than I'd say Jar Jar, that I don't like is young Anakin.
I know.
And like, I don't blame Hayden Christensen for that. I blame 100%
It's not Hayden Christensen, but go ahead.
that plays like, I'm talking about more like adolescent Anakin,
Like child
episode
Anakin
two,
in the
no,
pod
episode
racer?
2.
Oh.
I mean, child Anakin,
Hayden Christensen.
kid actor. Like, you can't fucking flame a kid actor. Like, how?
I mean, they did.
I know people
says
did.
who?
There's so many people that hate children actors, but like, what are you supposed to do?
It's so dumb.
Like,
People hate them.
come
They're
on.
like, they're a fucking child, man.
Yeah.
Like, call
I
them
mean,
fucking
there
out.
are really good children actors out there.
Yeah,
too.
there
Like,
are.
there's kids that
There
show,
are.
like, immediate
There-
talent.
There's
None
good
of it.
children actors all the time.
Like, I'm talking
Stranger
about, like,
Things.
specifically episode 2 Anakin was just one of the worst written characters ever created.
Yeah,
I
and
hate
that's
Sam.
not his
It's
fault.
coarse and it gets everywhere. Like,
Iconic line.
why was it written?
Because it's relatable. Everyone hates sand and it gets everywhere.
And it's coarse.
I don't really think there's many characters that I hate in Star Wars just for purely being characters in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I
think
can't. Yeah.
There are characters that I hate because of the fan push behind them, like Boba Fett.
Fuck off.
Like, I can't stand Boba Fett at all because I think he's useless.
Well, if we're going based off of the fan base, then by that standard, I hate all of Star Wars.
Did you see the? Also, Phil, looking at Gengar on your back wall, did you see that the voice actor of Ash,
The Japanese voice
Yeah.
actor.
she died of the coronavirus?
Yeah, we're gonna see that. I know it sounds horrible, but this is just the beginning. Like everyone, we may be opening up, but things are only gonna get worse. Like,
Oh, 100%.
Some other celebrity just died yesterday too. I
Yeah,
think. But he
Fred
died.
something. He's the dad in
Fred Willard
yeah, Fred Willard.
Yeah.
He's the dad in that '70s show.
and Modern Family, and he's done a ton of stuff.
Man.
Yeah, he's done a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched
That's sad.
Modern Family.
I haven't either. What was I about to say? Yeah, I mean, it is really sad. I mean, I always think like, because like 2 years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, the Japanese actress for Bulma died.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of crazy. I feel like a lot of voice actors, oddly enough, are the ones getting sick from it, and the ones that aren't, unfortunately, making it through it, which is really sad to me because I love voice actors. But
Plus, I think we as people just kind of follow the voice actors in general. Like,
Well, I feel
You
like
know?
that's been a big push, like in the past, like
yeah,
10 years.
100%.
mhm.
Nobody gave a
100%.
fuck about voice actors like 15 years ago.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like if you like someone, even the most biggest dedicated fan of Dragon Ball Z might not have realized how much how important Chris Sabat is to the show because
Yeah.
he's literally most of the
Mhm.
cast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I think it comes down to that, like, the more and more, like, for instance, like myself, like, I'll watch a movie, like, I hate to say it, but Star Wars, watch Star Wars, and between the breaks of the movies, what else are you doing? You're watching all the animated stuff, you're watching all the other stuff, which is all voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well,
like, even like
animation is
Batman,
one of my favorite medias.
even like Batman, Superman, Marvel, all that. Like, Marvel for me started more or less with all the animated stuff, like in the mid to early 90s. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I did before I read comics, is I watched all the animated.
because that was before even the Spider-Man movies released.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why the first Spider-Man movie is the best one. Holy! Honestly, did you see?
well, it was a pleasure doing this podcast with you guys. I will.
Did
Phil,
you
wait,
Did
before
you
we
actually
continue,
see? Did
I
you?
want to ask Phil. Phil, what is your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Probably Spider-Man 2. I hate Tobey Maguire. I did not like him as Spidey at all. He looked like he was 35, and that bothered me. I'm sorry, but I thought Doc Ock was done perfectly. That's me. I thought Doc Ock was great, and Doc Ock is like Spider-Man's big villain, and I feel he doesn't get a good respect. So, I feel the way they did it in the Spider-Man game, that's a good representation of what Doc is supposed to be. Yeah. Doc Ock is, in the Marvel universe, is like equivalent to Magneto in some terms of being a bad guy. You know what I mean?
Because he's not all bad.
Exactly. That neither's Magneto. That's a part of the reason why I love Marvel villains. Like, I love DC. I will always love DC villains more. But Marvel villains, they're not always bad guys. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Marvel movies have kind of...
You're a bad guy, but it doesn't mean...
Them? Well, not because...
Bad guy?
Way to reference Wreck-It Ralph.
I don't like it because they keep murdering them. I mean, I also don't like that aspect. But even the characters that are bad because they are bad, like Thanos, they're still just kind of giving reasons to them.
Yeah, like the Joker is just bad.
Yeah.
Evil. He does whatever he can to be bad. Yeah. Most of they have a reason to be bad. Like Bane will do whatever he wants because he wants to be better than Batman. Yes. That's Bane's whole thing. It's like, I'm going to outsmart him and then be better than him. The Riddler, I'm going to outsmart Batman. The Penguin, I'm going to be richer than Bruce Wayne. Like, there's always a reason for the DC villains to have a reason to be bad. But then that's how you know the difference between a bad guy in DC and Marvel. Because if he's not a bad guy in DC, it's an anti-hero. Deathstroke, Harley, they're very clear that they're anti-heroes, not bad guys.
Well, I mean, that's also more of like a more modern day thing too, because I mean, Harley and Deathstroke, respectively, were definitely just bad characters
at a time. Yeah. But now, that's why they have their own series now.
I mean, Deathstroke is one of them. Deathstroke is one of them who has changed so much.
Dude, right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, you have it right up there.
Yeah, I got him right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I want to talk to you about. Up there, I have 42, 43, and 44 of the Judas contract. All I needed was annual 3 to finish my series, which I've been asking for you guys for 4 years. And
hey, we haven't had one come in, man. What do you want?
I know. I went online to do some research. You were not joking how cheap comics are. I got the annual. Guess how much it cost me?
$20.
$10.
$4.99. That's like a $40, well, $35 to be honest, like a $35 comic book. Dirt cheap. Now I'm probably gonna get it, and like 5 of the pages are missing, but it's going up on my wall. I just want the front one, anyways.
Yeah, you just want the cover.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, comics are really, really, really pop culture and comics in general are taking like a large, massive hit right now. As far as new content, new stuff being created, even like the products and merchandise and all that, it's just taken a massive hit. Yes, comics are extremely cheap. Like, I mean, it's insane. I mean, and everything's just taken a massive hit pop culture wise. Like, even the stuff that they're announcing is just, who knows if we're ever going to see any of it, because I feel like it's just the studios just tossing back ideas to keep people interested. Like, did you see the new one of the newest rumors was Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield did like a Zoom conference, and they were talking about how the studios approached them with
Spider-Verse
live action movie.
I would love that, but
which would be awesome.
It would be great. No, it would. Here's the thing.
I think after the animated Spider-Verse,
it's
going to be insanely hard to top that.
I feel like the animated Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie.
Yes, it is. I didn't even think about that. That definitely is the best one.
Just because you had an animated version of a story do incredibly well and be beautifully done doesn't mean you need to now do it in live action.
Just Miles Morales is not better than Peter Parker. Not even close.
Okay, but Spider-Verse is a better movie, and also,
What are you? You're on the wrong side. Your camera's flipped, Phil. There you go.
No, I just what Spider-Man to me is always going to be Peter Parker. There are others that are good, but Miles Morales to me just falls in with all the others.
Okay, but Spider-Verse is still a good movie.
Yeah, I feel like there should have been a new name for Miles. To be completely honest, there should have been a new name for Miles. Like Scarlet's, no one really was using Scarlet Spider. That would have been awesome if he just took that name.
What's wrong with the name?
Scarlet Spider
because
will
Spider-Man,
always beat Ben Reilly.
Miles Morales Spider-Man
They do it.
doesn't have the same powers. Yeah, he has like spider sense.
Yeah, he's got Peter Parker's powers plus. So
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah.
it's
literally just
the
a
new
better
character,
Spider-Man.
not Spider-Man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know Frankie hates everything, but like, I actually like Miles. I like that
Same.
it's the new generation of Spider-Man. They needed to happen. Like,
And Miles
I think-
is still like Miles isn't a character that's made for pandering or anything like that. Miles is a very developed character. They have a very fleshed out story for him. Like his interactions with a lot of characters, stuff like that, are all very good. Like he's
one of the only new Marvel characters that did him properly. Like
I agree.
Riri Williams.
Yeah.
He's
No
definitely
one knew who the hell she was.
What do you mean, Spider-Gwen, Gwenpool, Gwenum? What do you mean?
I actually didn't.
Honestly, they did a decent job with her too, because she's been developing since Miles Morales as well.
Squirrel Girl, Ironheart, some of my favorite characters.
All of these characters been around for generations, though. Frank, you're just nitpicking.
Ironheart is bad.
I'm just naming
Squirrel Girl's
characters
been
that
around for a while.
I'm just naming characters that I hate at this point.
Well, I mean, like Camilla Khan is always one that I think of.
Please.
I love Camilla Khan.
God.
I'm
She
so
came out of
excited for
nowhere,
this
though.
one.
That's the issue. Like, she's an Inhuman. If she was an Inhuman back in the days when Inhumans were a thing,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have an issue. But because she came out of the heat so quick, that's why the hardcore fans are so frustrated.
Yeah.
And like when the new Avengers games comes out, I'm getting that day one.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm getting it day one. I don't care if it's mostly her story. I'm still getting it.
I heard
Everyone's
it's
saying
really-
it's duty pants. Dude,
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
off
say,
of the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex engine. It's the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex
Wait,
engine.
did you say the new Avengers game is going to be centered around Camilla Khan?
She's one of the main characters.
That makes me not want to buy it.
Of course it doesn't. But I'm getting that day one. I can't wait.
I just want to buy it because I'm hoping that it.
You know what, Frank? I hope for some reason you get the game and it's nothing but Hawkeye the entire game. No matter who you play, it's only Hawkeye.
I hope
I
you
would
only
take-
get to,
I
I
would
hope
take
you only get to play as Hawkeye's dog.
I would take Hawkeye over Camilla Khan over many of both of your favorite characters. Definitely over Cat. I would take Hawkeye all day long.
I mean, first of all, I would just like to spread out all of the Hawkeye hate right now that I feel like is happening, because Hawkeye is also a very good character in the comic.
Wait, why are people shitting all over Hawkeye?
Well, I'm just saying, like, the way you're describing Hawkeye makes it sound like he's an absolute garbage and worthless character. But, I mean, hey, he's one of the only people to actually kill the Hulk.
I mean, I would take Hawkeye over, like,
He did not kill the Hulk. He killed Bruce Banner.
he killed the Hulk. I would take, he killed both.
He
of
killed
them.
Bruce Banner. He killed Bruce
Both.
Banner. He
Both.
did not kill
Both.
the Hulk.
Both.
He did not kill the Hulk. He killed Bruce Banner. That's
I
a
mean, if
huge
you kill
fucking-
Banner, Hulk doesn't
Hulk is
exist.
Banner,
So-
so-
He killed Bruce Banner. Okay,
Which
if
is
any other Joe Schmo shot Bruce Banner with an arrow, he would have grew up and turned into the Hulk and killed the guy.
Correct.
He killed Bruce Banner in his form because he figured out. I didn't read the storyline because Marvel's been doo-doo for the last fucking.
I think that was Civil War II.
Yes.
Banner goes to Hawkeye and says, "Hey, I don't want to fucking live anymore."
But I believe he's in the Hulk form when he shoots.
yes, it is. He is.
Therefore,
Because
kills the Hulk.
they're starting to fight,
Yes.
and then fucking Hawkeye just lets one in his eye, and he
Yes.
just drops.
I would also take Hawkeye over like a lot of X-Men, like a lot.
I mean, I can't really disagree with that. Just
Morph, yeah, sign me up. Morph, garbage. Cypher, garbage,
remember Changeling?
garbage. Any of the New Mutants, garbage.
Nah, Warlock was cool. The Warlock and his 17,000 deaths in the comics are cool.
Did you see they announced the New Mutant Sam is going to be released on Disney Plus?
I don't want to hear anything else.
Did they?
Unless it gets actually fucking released, I do not want to
I
hear
don't-
another single
I want
thing
you
about
to-
New Mutant.
I want you to know I don't believe it's not that I don't believe you. I don't believe Disney, and I won't believe it until I physically see it on my Disney Plus account.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, they need to do something because, like, I feel like people are going to start rioting in the streets about Disney Plus.
I will riot in the streets over New Mutants specifically. Please just let
No,
me watch this
all right.
fucking movie. I want to see it so fucking bad.
It's never going to release.
No.
Sam.
Well, now I feel like I have to double down on it.
Just
like,
watch Dark Phoenix. It's just
no, I have seen Dark Phoenix, Frank.
as good. Speaking of terrible movies,
Yeah, that's on. I think that's on HBO. If
Wait, you
anyone
didn't
wants
mention
to
Days
watch.
of Future Past.
I would have rather climbed in a wheelchair, shaved my head bald, and been thrown down a flight of stairs than watch that movie.
Why? That's
Why
so
is your head being
elaborate.
shaved?
Just
bald?
to-
Oh, because
Professor X.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you going for? Why? That's so specific.
That looks like Bruce Banner to me, fellas.
I
That
mean,
looks like
again,
Bruce Banner to
listen,
me, not.
Listen,
They are the same human being.
That's
Well,
the
people,
Hulk.
person, whatever.
that's also not really true.
True.
But if you kill Banner, Hulk dies. That's always been the thing. That's never not been. I mean, now it's kind of not the thing.
Whoa. That is not true at all.
What do you mean?
If you killed Banner.
If Banner were to legitimately, completely die and stay dead, the Hulk does not come out. Now it's different with the Mortal Hulk and shit like that.
Continue
But
talking.
before-
I'll bring up my next piece of evidence.
Please
No,
do.
that's not true.
Evidence.
What do you mean?
That's not true.
How?
Because Banner shoots himself in the face as Banner, and the Hulk spits the bullet out. Like, that's a thing from the comics.
Yes,
Like,
it's a thing from the comics.
Banner-
He
Banner-
doesn't. But okay, does the bullet go through Banner's brain and fucking blow out the backside? No, it doesn't. Hulk transforms as soon as the gun goes off and spits the bullet out. That's not Banner dying.
No, because honestly, this is a whole argument that's been going on forever, because there's a point in the comics where Hulk gets, like, vaporized, like, down to his skeleton, and he literally regenerates.
I mean, that also happens a lot in Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, like, the whole Civil War II shouldn't exist, especially because Captain Marvel shouldn't exist, but Civil War II just should not exist, because especially with the Hulk dying, like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, because the Hulk is literally, Banner himself has sustained way heavier damage than a arrow through the eye.
Yeah, but if I
can
remember
survive.
correctly, Banner like makes some sort of compound or something that he gives to Hawkeye. Like it
Yes, that is
special
true,
arrows
Matt.
uses.
That is the one thing I will give you about that image. Is there was something in that arrow. I don't remember what it was. Because this whole entire arc, I did not read this. This is all stuff I listened to it through Comicstorian. Because I'm sorry, I can't read Marvel anymore. Marvel, you're garbage. You haven't read a good arc in fucking 4 years.
Marvel events. I mean, like I heard really good things about what was the biggest fucking event was War of the Realms. War of the Realms.
No,
I heard good things about that. But my problem with those events is like, yeah, you can read the main story. It's a 1-6 story. But here's 17 trillion tie-ins throughout 17 trillion different series.
Like,
that
what
you
was
might
the thing?
maybe reading or not
the
reading.
Krakoan arc in X-Men has been really good. But that's because I'm a hardcore X-Men fan.
Yeah.
I love everything they're doing with it.
I would say X-Men is one of those things.
It's one of the few things. And honestly,
nailing.
I don't think X-Men's even part of Marvel anymore. Like, they're literally even making the whole story of, like, all mutants go to this island. You're not doing anything at all with the mainland anymore. Fuck them.
Maybe that's how they'll bring him into the MCU. They'll just be on an island somewhere.
Could be.
It
I
sounds racist somehow. I don't know why.
Because it's literally segregation.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's almost
Honestly,
like they're
talking
basically
about-
a metaphor for.
Talking about, hold on,
X-Men
wait.
has always been that, though.
Talking about
Oh, I gotta go get my
Literally,
burgers
X-Men-
out of the freezer.
Literally, what X-Men is.
I'll say what
Is-
I'm going to say because I want Phil to hear this.
I like that he muted the mic.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes. Why is he getting, like, is he just going to eat a frozen burger or is he defrosting?
No, I think they need to thaw is what he's doing. I don't know.
I'm going to go get my
Just
burger. out
go
of the
eat a
freezer,
fucking
chop
frozen ass
into it.
burger.
Oh. Imagine
Ew.
how crunchy it would be.
Gross.
Imagine how crunchy it would be, and then as it warms up in your mouth, it turns into like fucking just Play-Doh.
Ew.
We'll start back up. I was thinking of this meme I saw the other day about it was the coronavirus, and you heard about the new Microsoft thing. They're trying to like chip people, like it tells you
Oh my
whatever.
fucking god!
And it literally was a meme where it showed the chip and it says, "Oh, I'm extremely healthy," like blah 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 blah. And then it showed Magneto. He's like, "No needle will ever again touch my arm."
Oh my god. Yeah, does that mean Magneto is not up to date on his vaccines? Because that could be bad.
God.
Imagine if Magneto gets brought down by getting bit by a fucking
Hey,
like
you know what?
rabies-infested fox.
Imagine the vaccine giving you the mutant X gene.
That'd be sick.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
God, if only that existed in real life.
It's a 50-50 shot, though. They've never not discovered the mutant X gene, so it could be in it.
There you go. Points were made.
Time to go to my local physician's office and have them jam 17 needles in my fucking arm.
Great.
Magneto's an anti-vaxxer.
Huh? Magneto is definitely an anti-vaxxer.
I definitely feel like he would fall in that category.
Well, I mean, really not. If you think of X-Men: The Final Stand, couldn't you consider that a fucking vaccine?
I keep on wanting to say Mewtwo. Magneto is 100% an anarchist at heart. Like that is exactly what he is.
Also be an anti-vaxxer, I feel.
Yeah, I don't feel like he follows. Like he's very faith-based and not when it comes to like any type of law. Magneto's like no, none.
Magneto believes in God.
Yeah, but I don't think he means faith in his own hands. Like,
yeah, I think
he has the power and knowledge to guide humanity on its right course.
Yeah, like religion-wise, or not religion, like politics-wise, I think Magneto. I keep on wanting to say Mewtwo. Magneto has zero, like, thinks like a capitalist society that's going on right now is just like, no, like he would lose his mind if that's what he had to live in right now.
I feel like Mewtwo
I'm
and
losing
Magneto
my mind and I'm living through it right now.
Mewtwo and Magneto, I think they kind of have very similar views.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about it, they're extremely similar characters, honestly. Like, getting captured and fucking tortured and experimented on, revolting, fucking leading an entire, like, group of people against their oppressors.
I do think Magneto would kick Mewtwo's ass.
Which Magneto?
We'll see.
Any Magneto. Magneto is busted as hell.
Not in the
You're
MCU.
not wrong. I mean,
What?
Or
Magneto?
not in the Sony movies.
I was about to say Magneto doesn't exist in the MCU yet.
Not in the Sony movies. He's extremely underpowered.
Well, yeah, because they need to.
I mean, until the newer ones, like, I mean, I feel like even like Days of Future Past, First Class, stuff
Magneto,
like that, he's fairly
like
powerful.
in the comics, Magneto is arguably could go toe to toe with Apocalypse.
Doesn't he lose the fight in Avengers vs. X-Men? Doesn't he lose the fight against Iron Man? If I remember correctly, I thought he did. I'm pretty sure
They may have done that because Tony caught him off guard, but Magneto would destroy him. Would turn him into an aluminum ball and throw him to a dog to catch. Magneto is so powerful, it's
That's
insane.
what I'm saying. Like, but see, that's the one thing that irritates me the most about the movies. I know it's hard and everything, but like, I would love to see. Like, I feel like every movie that's come out, every character they put in the movie, even Superman, like all of them are so fucking underpowered. It's unreal.
I think the reason they do that is, Frank, I get that, but we're never going to see what we want because they need to follow a formula that's for movies. That's why we love the shit we see in comics. Like, I know you hate Kitty. I'm going to use her as an example.
Yes.
But I would love her because if she showed up and any robot appeared, the robot lost. The robot would just lose. Like, if Kitty would just beat Vision like this just by walking through her. It's happened in the comics. I'll pull it up and do what I did in a second. It's happened. Kitty's walked through Vision and shut him down.
But Vision can also be intangible. So how does that really work?
He didn't expect it at that one moment. I don't know. I just know Kitty's been able to do it. If we just saw that, that's not entertaining in a movie. You know what I mean, Frank? Just seeing Kitty walk through something, that's not entertaining.
No, but like seeing like a fully powered Superman or fully powered Wonder Woman, Aquaman.
Superman is the most boring character to watch. And I love Soups.
You gotta have 2 hours of a movie, and
exactly.
you gotta work up to them being powered like that. You can't. No, I mean, I feel like it would be fine, but we're not the girls in Hollywood.
I feel like part of the problem is if you put everybody at such a low floor, then the people that do rise above, like Carol Danvers for one, like she right now in the MCU is by far the most powerful hero, which I mean in the comics she's also very powerful.
I don't think that's true.
Who would you put above in the MCU?
Scarlet Witch. She does not know how to harness what her powers yet.
Now,
Scarlet Witch.
Now that she's getting more developed.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is gonna definitely surpass her. Doctor Strange is gonna surpass her.
But see, she should have been the one. Like they should have been at their prime already. And Carol Danvers should be introduced at the base floor, moving up.
Yeah.
You have these characters that are already known to be these big, powerful, fucking kind of.
That was the big gripe with Endgame was people were like, why the fuck is Captain Marvel even?
They gerund Captain Marvel. They just straight up Jiren Captain Marvel. That's what they did.
Yep.
They took the same strategy they did with Jiren from Dragon Ball, threw it right on the same exact template.
Yeah. By the
Identical
way,
template.
Yeah, in AVX, which is they take Magneto at their prime and Iron Man at their prime and put them against each other, Iron Man wins.
Because of that one special armor, like where he can like
He sets up like a shit ton of traps for Magneto.
Yeah, see that to me, that's horseshit. Like
that's Tony. That's part of Tony's.
Yeah, I mean,
I know,
Also, you
I
can't say it's bullshit because that's Batman too.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, Batman
Like
was
you
Peptide,
can't
the
like
strongest fucking character to ever exist in any form or fucking physical form.
I think who would win between Batman and Superman? Like
How much prep time?
Huh?
How much prep time?
0.
Oh, like
Oh,
Superman,
Superman.
just bursts into Wayne
Yeah.
Manor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Superman.
Yeah.
Batman's done.
So see, that's the whole concept of this. When we start putting in prep time in any argument, it's no longer worth
Well, no,
talking
because, no, that's not
no
true.
longer
because-
worth talking
That's
about.
not true because really the only two people that you could really apply that to the prep time thing, like name it, like Spider-Man with all the prep time in the world is probably not going to be able to beat Superman.
Yeah, just call Tony, like, hey man, this one guy's pissing me off. Do you have anything to help me? Done. See, that's what I'm talking about. Prep time
Not to mention.
doesn't.
I'm sorry,
count.
but say he acquires a sample of fucking Superman's DNA somehow and realizes like he exposes it because Tony Stark or Peter Parker is still a scientist. So he would still try and find a way to expose, maybe find
Not even Tony.
DNA or something like
Like
that.
you forget that Mr. Fantastic lives in this universe. Well, the smartest guy in the universe.
And fucking
Like
Spider-Man
this
used to
guy
work
can
for
just
him.
like, let's just send him to a universe where there's nothing but bunnies. Like, let's do that. Like that's something that has happened. Like Mr. Like prep time. Like I feel like when we tier people, when we do these fights, prep time shouldn't count because it, like anything could happen at 5 minutes. Even Spider-Man has a cell phone. Yeah, I mean, can call one of the guys from the Avengers. It's not
Yeah,
fair.
I
It's
mean,
not
So
fair.
When you say
Spider-Man
prep
has
time-
a
When you say prep time, though, it's not Batman calling in Superman as the prep time. It's
Yeah.
Batman working out
True.
a way to individually fight and beat that person.
Here's the thing: but Batman within that 4 minutes and 30 seconds is in that last 30 seconds is like, shit, I'm not gonna do this. Hey Barry, can you send this guy to nowhere for me? That's all he needs to
You
do.
put this guy back 500 years in the
Exactly. That's all you need to do. Like, that's prep time though. Within
Talk about a fucking broken character.
I mean, I
system.
guess you are kind of right because, like, even when you think of like Dark Knight Returns, like he calls in Green Arrow to shoot the arrow at Superman.
Yeah.
So, and
He
he
does-
had Harry Kelly Robin fucking in the tank to distract Superman.
Yeah. Like it's just I've listened to this thing about prep time for so long. This is one of the biggest arguments. Batman with any prep time, Tony with prep time, Hermione Granger with prep time. Doesn't matter who it is. I don't care. Just get rid of prep time.
What was
Can we talk about Dragon Ball for a second?
Which part?
Dragon Ball Fighters is gonna be at Evo.
Was that Evo
Oh,
last
actually,
year?
yeah. Can we cover Evo quick? What were you
No,
saying?
that's
There's
what
no
I wanna-
Smash
all right.
Evo?
Oh, okay. You want to talk
Yeah,
about
please, because I've been following this.
Yeah, go for
All right.
it.
So first off, Evo got canceled because of the quarantine.
Yeah.
So they decided we're going to go online instead. Now, the FGC, I don't know how much you guys know about the fighting game community, but they are some of the most toxic assholes on the planet, and it's hilarious. And it's not just like the Smash community or just the Street Fighter community. It's all of them together.
all of them.
All of them are just insane. So what happened is Evo got canceled, and everyone started speculating, oh, dude, if they're going to have a Smash tournament, little Timmy is going to sign up for this,
Little
have a
Timmy
chance of
Sonic
winning with
fans
using
that
Samus.
Win.
Yeah, like, I'm going to be honest. I think most of my wins with me, Gunner, is because people just give up fighting my missiles. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when
This
you...
laggy charge shot and missiles, terrific.
Yeah,
I love it.
like no one wants to deal with it. Like I actually have to I struggle way more when I'm fighting one-on-one using me Gunner. But if you're fighting online, or all the controversy going on with Sonic, I don't know if you guys saw any of that nonsense. But anyways,
Unfortunately.
so everyone had speculation of what was going to happen, and before this happened, they announced who was going to be at Evo. They got rid of they got rid of Mortal Kombat 11, which caused a lot of controversy because there was no NetherRealms game, no Injustice, no Mortal Kombat. Melee didn't come back a second year, and all the indie gamers not there. Skullgirls wasn't there.
I thought Skullgirls was there.
No.
Oh, really?
Skullgirls wasn't there, and they didn't have Melee again.
Yeah.
So this all happened, and then they decided we're going to go online, and they got rid of Smash. They got rid of, I think they got rid of Tekken. They brought back Mortal Kombat.
Tekken's still there.
Tekken's still there? Okay,
Yeah,
that was my
Tekken's
fault.
still there.
And they got rid of Smash. They got rid of, I think they got rid of Dragon Ball Fighters. I may be wrong about that.
Fighters still. I think they got rid of.
Let me pull this up because I don't want to talk out my ass right now. But
Samurai Showdown, I know they got rid of.
the big thing that happened is they brought back Skullgirls, which is a huge fan favorite. If you haven't played Skullgirls, it's arguably one of the tightest
Best developed
fighting game fighting games ever. It's one of the best polished systems I've ever seen. Evo 2020. But the big one is one of the best lineups ever is we now have, where is this schedule? Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am about this game. Fighting Herds is what it's called. It's essentially a My Little Pony lineup. There we go. All right, so here it is. Oh, we got Street Fighters. Oh, of course, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Dragon Ball Fighters, Under Night, and Birth, some random weeb game no one's ever heard of, to take place online. All right, where are you? There we go. Evo's online, so we got all those ones right there. Grand Blue, Samurai Showdown, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Showdown is still there.
But they brought back Mortal Kombat 11, which is huge because that means we get RoboCop. I forgot the girl with two arms is back, and Fujin. Shiva and Fujin's back. Killer Instinct.
Yes, I saw KI.
Which is
Yeah. Bro, I can't wait to see Arbiter fucking in grand finals.
Dude, I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna take a day off just to sit and watch that entire run. Then we got Skullgirls, which is great. And then we have Them's Fighting Herds, which is like a My Little Pony fighting game, which is absolutely hilarious. But they got rid of Smash.
Yes.
Which Smash was on the main stage this year for Evo, which was like big deal. So the fact that Evo got rid of arguably one of the biggest fighting games that's out right now. Like if I go to Twitch right now, let's just go to Twitch and let's see
FGCs.
Let's see what the biggest fighting games are right now. I guarantee you Smash will be on the top.
Oh, 100%.
Browse. All right, so fighting games. Looking at the top games right now, following esports. So up, just right on top, not looking at anything else. Fighting games. Okay, the top games on Twitch right now. We got Warzone, Valorant. The first fighting game I find is Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Just to give you an idea, that's the #1 game right now. And scrolling down, not changing anything, looking for any of the games we just mentioned until I find one. Nope, not seeing anything. There we go. Street Fighter 5. It took me that long. It was like 9 things down. So Smash is clearly the #1 game to be watched right now, just online.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me like 9 rows to find another fighting game, and it was Street Fighter. So like that, the fact that Nintendo's netcode is so doo-doo, like Evo just like, nah, we're good.
I find it so enjoyable to me that there were so many like Ultimate players that were shitting on Melee when Melee got canceled from Evo last year, and now Ultimate is canceled from Evo this year, and it just makes me like. The irony is so fucking delicious.
It's because of the online system.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Nintendo just has to get their shit together.
For Nintendo is absolute fucking.
Like, I've tried to play online Smash so many times, and I literally just
You can't get unless you have a wired connection, which either way.
I have one, and it's still crap sometimes.
That's the thing, is because it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
So if the person that I'm playing with lives in fucking Kuwait and has a rock for a modem, then I'm still going to be lagging no matter what kind of fucking connection I have.
They're using AOL Instant Messenger
Yeah.
to log. But this is like, honestly, Evo is like the Super Bowl for gamers.
Yeah,
And
by far.
it's a big deal. The fact that we don't have Smash, which is 90% of the reason I want to watch every year. Like, we were going to see MK Leo destroy somebody this year. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to probably win Evo this year. And nothing. So I will say, I can't wait to watch Killer Instinct because I've never seen it. Dude, that's hype as shit to me. That's hype as shit.
Do you remember when Ultimate was first releasing and like we were speculating about who was going to be the best? Mm-hmm. And I fucking told you it was going to be between MK Leo and fucking Tweak. And I'm so happy that Leo has like now just ascended pretty much.
I really thought it was going to be Tweak. Like my money was on Tweak was going to be the best player.
I always thought it was going to be Leo because like Leo was so new and was performing so fucking well.
I definitely wanted Zero to win versus Leo in that like exhibition match. I wanted. I was rooting for Zero. I was rooting for Zero.
So was I, to be honest.
Not even
I still really liked Leo, but I still wanted Zero to win.
Like I still would. I would love for Zero to come back. Like I was a Zero fan, like all the way through Smash 4. Like I loved every moment of it.
I definitely don't think he's gotten better since the time.
I just think it's crazy that like technically, like if you look at stat wise, technically Esam is the best player in the world right now when it comes to Pikachu. Because Pikachu's the best player. He's had the best results. It's just MK Leo can pick up like, I don't know, the GameCube control upside down and still beat people. He's just that good. Result wise, I'm pretty sure Esam's still number 1.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think through results wise. I may be wrong. I kind of like stopped watching Smash a while ago. I've been following different stuff. Like I've been watching MK way more. Like honestly, if you watch Mortal Kombat, it's a lot. Like if you can deal with the gore, it's actually good competition.
I don't know, man. I feel like
I just want to see someone beat Sonic Fox, dude. Like it's so crazy. This guy is literally taking the game by hostage and has been winning every single thing ever.
So the top 10 based off
Sam is totally checked out of this conversation.
I'm listening.
The top 10 based
I just
off
haven't had
results,
anything to add.
The top 10 based off of results for Ultimate goes Leo, Samsora, Tweak, Nairo, Mars, Meister, Zachary, Glutoni, DeBuzz, and Light.
Esam didn't even make the top 10?
Esam is all the way at 14. I shouldn't
Really?
say all the way because like
I
really close his eyes and fucking put me in a body bag if I ever played against him.
Yeah, like I think it's because I haven't been watching. Honestly, I took that kind of said that in my ass. I haven't been watching Smash in the last like 6 months, maybe a year.
Esam, I feel like also doesn't like. I feel like Esam doesn't go to huge. Like he still goes to huge tournaments, but not like Leo. Like Leo will literally be at every single fucking tournament.
Yeah.
Period.
Esam's more of a content creator now, anyways.
Yeah.
So
Esam's definitely kind of more.
Like I was kind of hoping, like Tweak's number 2, you said, or is it Samsora?
I think no. Sam, I think is 2.
Samsora. Man, that peach is nasty. Don't mess with the peach.
The peach is fucking broken, man.
If you know how to use her. If you know how to use her.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's one of those just super high skill ceiling characters. But yeah, it goes like top 5 is Leo, Sam, Tweak, Nairo, Mars, which not surprising me at all. Dude, Nairo is still one of my favorite like players. I wish he would perform better in tournaments.
He's one of the few Smash streamers I still am following.
Watch and
I stopped following everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely got rid of Hungry Box, got rid of Mango. Zero doesn't stream like at all anymore.
Get rid of Mango.
Because he's a tool.
Why he's so good though? And Mango is not. I wouldn't say Mango's a tool. Mango's happy and he can be an asshole, but he's still a nice guy.
Like looking at the top streamers right now. None of these guys. Dark Wizzy.
Oh, I love Wizzy.
I don't recognize any of these names. None of them.
Name some of the other ones.
Dark Wizzy has 114 viewers. Loco Croco. Yeah, I don't. These are all people playing for like 21 people. MR SSB. No, that's not anyone. Izaw. I like Izaw, but I follow him for YouTube.
Isaiah?
Izaw Smash. This guy teaches people how to play Smash. Essentially, he's a really good YouTuber. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these people, man. Like none of these.
One content channel I love for Smash is Beefy Smash Dudes.
Yeah, Beefy Smash Dudes. I don't know if you guys kept it, but when we're still doing like the local Smash group page. I listed like the top YouTubers to watch, like Shofu, Zero, Nairo, Beefy Smash Dudes was one of them. This guy Aizaw, I think is the best. Like was the best when it comes to. If you want to learn Smash, follow his shit.
I kind of want to get into Melee, but
Get out of here. I want to start
I
playing
feel like
Killer
I don't
Instinct,
have. I feel like I will develop carpal tunnel in literally 15 minutes of playing Melee. So,
dude, I'm gonna like just sit here tonight and watch like nothing but Killer Instinct streamers and get ready for the most brutal thing ever. I just want to hear combo breaker a million times at Evo. I would get so pumped if I heard that like nonstop.
All right. So thank you for listening. We will be back next week. Be sure to check out all of our social media. The store is open
kind of.
Monday through Saturday. You can call, make an appointment, stuff like that. 315-534-8190 or message the page and let us know what you're looking for. Or we do have our website on Shopify, The Fourth Wall. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.